There we go. Killed the music, and we are back live once again with some more modern age heroes. Superheroing at its finest. We're down a couple people due to some injuries and karma loss and uh, all that and arch villains and so on and so forth. So hopefully we will have them back at some point soon. Alrighty, so who wants to give us a recap?
That would be me since I took notes.
Cool.
Let me bring that up. Okay. So, oops, there we go. All right, so it was season 5, episode 4, Fallout. So as of March 10, 1995, we learned that approximately 312 million people were killed in the Skyfall War, as per last count. President Ellis Pennington of the United States declared that there'd be an international coalition to be formed to help rebuild the world. There'll be a World Reconstruction Summit that'll take place later in the year. It's going to include world leaders like the president and even President Albrecht, as well as other major nations. And then on March 12th, both the major presidents, Pennington and Albrecht, made a speech to their respective countries, essentially big pep talks. We can do this, so on and so forth. Albrecht, though, also said they would extend their hand in friendship and assistance to the rest of the world for rebuilding. Let's see here. There was an award ceremony at President Albrecht's estate. We all attended. The legacy got a bunch of awards, different medals and things. It was neat. A lot of important people attended, like Senator Barrett, as well as others from various nations. And there was a new contender entered the fray. Sagan approached Heat Phantom, who is Matt's character, and let him know that there's information he needed to be made aware of and people he needed to meet. He did eventually meet up with us, and we let him know that he's actually a brother from another mother. But of course, his father's Electrum, he didn't know. He was stoked to be with us and learn that he has a connection to the legacy. And later on, he got permission to actually join us for any missions that were going on because he was, and technically currently still is, with the Aether Corps of New Prussia. In the meantime, we met people like Gunmetal Silk. She is part of the Taeguk Sentinels from South Korea, and she let Lightbringer know that she'd love for us to train with her and her team later on. Let's see here. There's lots of talking and mingling during that event. Then we got a debrief from the president. Lots of stuff happening all over the world. Essentially, chaos and things. Lots to go over, and I won't go over all of it, but what you'd expect to happen in certain places happened, like Russia, it's pretty much collapsing. Things are bad there. Transnistria, it's bad. Argentina, it's collapsing. It's bad. Senia, that really collapsed. It's super bad. But other major nations, they got hit hard and are recovering, including New Prussia and United States. China, though, was hit hard and they're beginning collapsing, but it seems like they're able to recover relatively quickly. And they may actually be a contender for being a national superpower within the next decade because of how well they're recovering. Speaking of Senia, we found out that there are 3 factions that are developing there: the Blood Debt, Free Senia Front, and the Black Halo Syndicate. Free Senia Front, they're sane and want peaceful help and coexistence and are trying to get help from the outside. And the other 2 are different forms of bad. The Blood Debt, they want revenge on the Senian elites who treated them like garbage. And the Black Halo Syndicate, they're a criminal-led empire trying to profit from the chaos. The Dravixium mining situation there is now a big problem because of the chaos. China is even trying to muscle its way in, trying to get a piece of that pie, if not control the entire pie. But Captain Battle, Pat Patriot, Wraith, Sledgehammer, and Bitter Shadow are all currently there trying to bring some order to the chaos. Poundcake called Lightbringer and found out that they're okay, so we know that Haven Institute and all of them are doing all right. Let's see here. Pulsar had a nice conversation with the potted plant. It's his friend now. Even gave him pointers on how to talk to trees.
Very important.
And they're very important. And it's even a member. It's a spy of the New Prussian Aether Corps. Interesting. And let's see. We found out from President Albrecht that they are trying to develop Lightbringer's anti-Dravixium compound to try to counter that metal's misuse by foreign actors, because that could also be a problem in and of itself. And for the time being, we are still resting, recuperating, and repairing because we were planning on going to Senia to try to find Pulsar's mother and help others there with the chaos that's unfolded. And then Matt won the RP vote, and that was last game.
Right on. So I don't know who has notes tonight. I just went ahead and updated the schedule to add Matt to it. But yeah, so check the notes section for note scheduling. Obviously, Shelly was supposed to take notes today. She's not here, so
I can do the note taking. I still have my writing utensil.
Oh,
Where is it?
Tay. Thank you very much, there, Davey.
Oh, I found it. This is season 9, episode 4, right?
Yes, it is season 9. It went way longer than Ashland by Night. Yes.
Okay.
Which, speaking of which, now you got me curious. I need to go take a look. Like, how long did that actually go?
Today is the 29th. This is...
Where are we at?
Okay, can I try a power stunt?
Actually, Ashland did get up to season 8, so yeah.
Wow.
Ooh. That doesn't correlate to 8 years, though. Not quite.
No,
I think
it
was
doesn't.
like 6.
It's still a lot.
Yeah.
It is a lot.
Are we still in New Prussia, or did we go home to...
Yes.
Currently, you guys are... Yeah, good question. You guys are still technically in New Prussia. Nobody has gone anywhere just yet, because Dale, or I should say Hyperion, is still Wheels currently,
okay.
and you guys were... in character, you guys had debated trying to find ways to thwart whatever technology control that that Senian National Guard, their superhumans, had. So you were looking to do something like that. So really, it's more of a get back together plan on what's going on. However, it's been 2 days from that point. As you guys are, getting back up to speed. Hyperion, I already talked to you outside of game about what's going on with you. You have already devised the fact that if you... it's actually the reason why you were hungry, that they basically started bringing you scrap, and you just slowly started melding it into your being. And by this point, the second day, you've got legs. You no longer have strings. You've got legs to walk around.
Sweet. All right. Yeah. So then I go ahead and contact, or I'm like, okay, so I'll just do this. I'd be like, Hyperion to the Legacy. If we could all actually meet in conference room, and I name one that's like nearby or something that's within the because I take it I'd still be in like one of the New Prussian facilities because they were like feeding me that stuff.
Yeah, right now everybody has still been remaining in the barracks. Nobody has indicated otherwise if you wanted different accommodations.
Okay.
So
We could have a sleepover in my room. I'm kidding.
That one.
I don't think we would fit.
So yeah, he'll be like, Hyperion to Legacy, please meet me at the main barracks. We'll need to make sure that we can go over and finalize our plans for what we do next. And he has the barracks.
okay.
Am I muted? Oh, understood. See you there.
Jerome, can I try Power Stunt?
Yes, it has been 2 days. I would assume you would have at least tried once.
Can I also try a
so
scent of power?
I need to roll.
Davey, no, you can't. I'm going to focus on you and just say no.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
And what I roll is the.
The power it's based off of? So you're doing hard radiation, correct?
Right. Do I roll the
power.
ability or roll the power?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, because remember, that's the difference between a power stunt. If you successfully make the power stunt, then whatever stunt, quote unquote, the new power that you have, if you go through that process, it starts off at that rank. That's the catch. You just, in many cases, you've got to work to get it. The other way to do it is to put karma into it and develop a new power.
Yeah.
But that obviously, they have their quirks. One's a little bit more costly than the other, but so.
Okay, yellow.
You get a yellow result?
Yeah. No dice.
I don't have it pulled up in front of me. I think you need a red result for the first one, correct?
Exactly.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay,
so the karma goes back.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't lose it if you don't succeed.
Okay, I would like permission to spend 100 karma for a hero
Power stunt. Go for it.
Stunt.
For a power stunt.
All right, I am going to try and do a crush. Let's see if it works.
With telekinesis?
Telekinetic crush. Yep. My telekinesis is a GD10. Super rolls.
What, you already have telekinesis?
Yeah.
So why are you trying to do a power stunt then?
Oh, I could just do it?
Yeah, GD10 strength. So if you're trying to crush a can, good strength will definitely crush that can.
Oh, okay. I misunderstood then. Still good in case I need to. Yeah. Okay, never mind. Please take back.
In essence, telekinesis is like just phantom strength. That's really what it comes down to. It's
strength at range.
Yeah, literally. Bigsby's levitating hand, from D&D or whatever have you. It's just the power rank is in essence the strength rating.
Right.
So if you have a GD10, then you're equivalent to a pretty athletic person trying to crush something or lift something or whatever have you.
Okay.
Would that rank also determine his range with that?
It does, yes.
Okay.
The accuracy, however, is determined by his psyche.
Okay. Good. I don't need to do power stunt then.
Yeah. That, my friends, is why some of the psychics on the X-Men kick so much booty.
Right.
So have you added Heat Phantom to that little group message?
Oh yeah. So then during these like 2 days, one of the basic things Hyperion would have been doing is like making a new comm link for Heat Phantom specifically.
Okay.
Will I need to roll for that or?
No, I'm not gonna make a roll for it.
Sweet. All right. Cool. So then, he'll be passing that off to him if he arrives. Or let's see here. Yeah, we need to actually locate him. So then Hyperion is going to be like, Hyperion to the Legacy. Are any of you near Heat Phantom, or will we need to find him?
I guess I'm in the barracks, so I don't see him around. I don't know. What could I roll to see if Heat Phantom's around?
Well, he's not physically around at that point.
Okay, okay, okay.
He wouldn't have been assigned to your guy's specific barrack. He actually, since he's from here, he has his own house. He's probably trying to resituate, with the warfare and whatnot, picking stuff up to fell over, or repairing the home or whatever have you. And Shelly's asking if anybody needs a reroll.
My computer does.
Oh no.
Let's see.
Actually, I'm gonna restart real quick. Sorry.
Come in, you royal boob.
Let me check my notes here. Let me see if I. Lost Tribes, Red Arsenal. Where are you, buddy? No, I'm good. Brittany gave me one in February.
Okay. And Matt, do you still have one?
Yeah, I was given one last game and didn't have to roll anything. So
That's what I thought. Yeah. So okay. So we're good for right now. Thank you.
Let's see. So if nobody has info on him, then can Hyperion can he contact like some sort of New Prussian authority or officer or something and like
You mean sign
find?
it?
Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, just go to Signet and try to get in contact with Heat Phantom.
Basically, their sophisticated, communications network. Yeah. So
Yeah.
So then you reach out and you hear, "Good evening, Mr. Hyperion, sir. This is Echo from Signet. How can I help?"
Hello, Echo. I'm trying to actually reach Heat Phantom. Would you be able to either locate him or allow me to contact him?
Affirmative. He's actually off duty at his house currently. Would you like the address?
That would be wonderful. Thank you.
So you see a mental image appear like in your head of
Got it.
what the place, which is cool, of what the
Yeah.
place looks like, and then the address right below it.
Sweet. Memorize that. Thank you, Echo. Message received. Hyperion out.
Affirmative. Let me know if your group needs anything else. I'm on duty for the next 6 hours.
Understood. So then he will go ahead then and make his way over to Heat Phantom's house. I'm not going to invite everyone there because that might be a little overwhelming. So I'll bring him to us. So I'm going to go to his place.
Okay. So do you just fly then, I take it?
Let's see. Well, he doesn't. Oh, well. So would Hyperion need to develop a power stunt to generate hard light copies that like pick him up and fly him somewhere, or can
For
he?
the purpose
would
of
he
flight,
just-
yes.
Okay. Then you know what? Here, I'm gonna try a power stunt then to see if I can do that.
Okay. Let her rip.
Wait, is that? That is incredible. Good.
Oh, so like if I wanted to levitate with telekinesis, that would be a
Okay.
power stunt.
Yes.
Huh?
It's totally possible. In essence, the way they define it in Marvel, which is interesting, they actually did this in the RPG. Basically, with telekinesis, what you're doing is you're setting up columns, and one is collapsing and and picking you up, collapsing, picking you up, and so you're basically doing that and propelling yourself forward.
Oh, interesting.
Ooh.
Right. Seal the result didn't get that.
Okay.
So instead of that, since he knows where it is and he's like been to New Prussia before and kind of throughout it, he's just going to make a portal that just takes him right there.
Okay.
Let's see here. Go ahead and roll that. That is at GD10. Wait, feet. Okay, so he's not going to do that. Is there any like
You could just do the low tech way and ask somebody to drive you there.
exactly? Yeah, like I was going to say, is there any like public transportation or just like
No
simple
public
transportation like that?
transportations at this point, but it would not. I mean, given your status within the nation at this point, having some private or something hop in a jeep and drive you over there is like not out of the realm of impossible.
Okay, so then yeah, he'll head to like wherever they're hanging out around the barracks or in the mess hall or something.
Sure.
Find somebody and ask them and drive there.
Okay, so you get basically, the guy, completely agrees. He's happy to he's happy to take you, and he gets permission from his superior to drive you. They go and hop in a jeep. It would be the equivalent of, at this point, like, because we're like at 95 right now for the year.
Yeah.
So if you want to think like design and look, it's very equivalent to a Jeep, like a more like a Humvee that you might find in the 2000s.
Okay,
During that period.
gotcha.
It's still gas powered. They still do obviously use some low tech stuff here because expediency.
Right.
You don't want to just burn, even though you can make all kinds of hovercraft and whatnot. You don't want to do, because that's expensive. You don't want to burn all your tech out on something like that. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I mean, they still got ground vehicles going. So he hops into what is the equivalent of a nice looking Humvee, and drives you out to that particular neighborhood. This particular neighborhood looks like it was it, thanks to the shielding of that they had over the nation.
Yeah,
it kept a good portion of the small country protected. Eventually, it did buckle, so there is some damage that people are cleaning up, but what it looks like here, because you've already seen how efficient they are at just building temporary homes and whatnot by utilizing their powers along with certain engineering tech and whatnot to put this up. Really, the only signs of warfare here are where like dirt and grass had to be re-leveled, and sidewalk was like repaired. So it's like, really, it almost looks like in some cases, with the exception of some buildings that are in need of being repainted because they've been rebuilt, but they don't have the cosmetic touches. It almost looks like in certain areas they didn't water their lawn.
Okay.
It's just they have such a concentration of super beans in this area. A lot of the small stuff is actually pretty easy to get taken care of. So it looks halfway decent. Okay. You'd almost suspect that a war didn't actually happen if you weren't in it.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
But he comes up to the home, and like looking around, and he says, "Sir, do you need me to remain, or should I head back?"
If you'd be willing to wait here for a few moments, I do plan on taking Heat Phantom back to the barracks with us.
Sure. No problem. I've got clearance for a bit, so take your time, sir.
Thank you. Heads out, goes up to the front door, presses the doorbell.
Bing, 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 bing. Bing, 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 bing.
Oh, I would not have that as a doorbell, let me tell you. So he's in the process of, cleaning up around the property. So it would be a matter of kind of, he was not there, and there's a bit of a Doppler effect, and then he's kind of there. So that, he'd open the door. Oh, it is you. I did not. What can I do for you?
Heat Phantom, I hope I'm not interrupting. I see everyone in the area is still rebuilding and fixing anything that's been damaged, but I was wondering if you'd be willing to join us at the nearby barracks. Legacy and I are trying to determine what our next moves will be.
Oh, of course. Is this official business or um, is this casual?
I suppose you could call it family business. We're trying to make sure that we know what we're going to do next. We may even actually head to our base and where we begin to make sure that our home city is okay before we're actually heading to Senia.
Oh, of course. But um, do I need to come in uniform, or is this a casual meeting?
You can arrive as you are or however you'd like. Speaking of which, I know obviously you're part of New Prussia's forces. Do you have anything like a quantum photonic reassembler that allows you to rapidly obtain materials or gear that you have on you?
No, I cannot say that I do.
Then I'll need to create one for you. It's a device that actually each of us has, and it would solve the issue you just mentioned regarding what to wear. But in the meantime, before doing that, and now that you've brought it up, and he pulls out a little device and holds it up to you, and you'd probably be able to recognize it right away as like some sort of earpiece you could put in your ear canal. And he hands that to you and says, "Present to you your official Legacy Comlink. Each member of the Legacy possesses one. It's activated by voice, either out loud or subvocally, if you need to speak silently, clandestinely, depending on where you're at. You'll be able to communicate with any member of the Legacy from effectively anywhere you are on Earth, and it will give you constant access to our virtual intelligence, Helios, at our base."
Is this single channel or is this multi-channel capable?
The channels can be changed if needed, but if you need to contact anybody, simply ask and it will be done. For example, Hyperion, Hyperion to Heat Phantom, do you read? And if you already put it in your ear, you'd probably hear it.
But is others hearing this too, or is this secure communication?
Others can
I
hear
mean,
if you'd like, or you can designate it to only access specific individuals. That would typically be done through Helios. You would effectively ask our virtual intelligence to establish particular lines of communication.
I see. Excellent.
So, with that, did you have time to actually join us, or did you still need to take care of your abode?
Well, I am on leave for the weekend, but so my time is my own. It does not happen often, but with the conference, I was given a bit of time to myself. Uh, my house can wait if the legacy needs me.
Excellent. In fact, actually, while we're here, if you needed help fixing something, I could probably help with that if you need it.
No, no, no. There is nothing to be fixed. It is just um, in disarray.
I see. Excellent. Well, then take whatever you'd like to take, and we can take the Humvee back to the barracks.
Well, we're still in an area or an arena of war, if you will. So he'll strap up with his service weapon.
Okay.
But I wasn't told that I needed to come in uniform, so basically casual clothing is fine. So we'll just go armed because everybody goes armed in a sense. Um, that's a good question. How sure are we that we won? Like they're not coming back. um,
Oh, add a character question?
yeah.
Yeah, definitively.
Okay. So just his normal sidearm then for his uniform, but not in uniform.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. And then we'd take the Humvee back to barracks.
Alrighty. Yeah. So at that point, the private first class drives you back to the military base, which isn't too terribly far. Driving to the the country, well, part of the countryside here, back into Königsberg proper. You occasionally see vehicles flying overhead that very clearly has like scrap metal or materials that they're bringing to someplace nearby for the recovery efforts, repaving roads, that sort of thing. Oh goodness. We're all full of songs tonight.
Yeah.
So 90s songs to be specific. Which is appropriate for this game. Yeah, so you get back. You are at the this particular conference room that's on base, but it's not like a classified or anything. It's just somewhere where they use for military debriefing or discussion with officers or whatnot. It's an available room. Bigger than your needs, but not a big deal. Several chairs, table up front. They've got a screen, a screen that is used also for a whiteboard. Because it's high tech looking. So,
Right. Okay. Great. So then, with those of us here, he's all excellent. Well, it seems that some of us are still busy with other tasks, but for those of us who are here, I'd like to determine with all of you what our next plan of action should be. Clearly, Senia is on the docket, but at the same time, since it seems that it's taking time for Pulsar and Xenofreeze to obtain the genetic data for us to locate his mother, we may need to do some other cleanup efforts of our own, perhaps. It has been a bit since we've actually been to our home base, to Strongford, and even to Quantum Unlimited. Would any of you be in objection to doing that, or do you have any other ideas as far as what we should be doing before heading to Senia?
Jerome, out of character, the options that we discussed for Superbrain, can I roll to see if I have done any developments?
How do you mean?
As far as like, okay, so thinking as far as like Faraday cage, maybe some way to do like some kind of an external maybe like incorporate it into his uniform.
Oh, you mean
so
like a
some way,
mock-up or something?
yeah, maybe not like a mock-up, but like plans, research kind of thing.
You'd have some rudimentary plans. You had a couple of different ideas,
and
but
or
sure.
yeah, and or like some kind of a conductive paint or coating. Do you want me to roll to see if like what kind of progress I've made on those ideas, or should I
let's
that
keep
count
let's
as-
keep it high level for right now until you decide which direction you want to go in with him. because
Okay.
there were a couple different options there that this could have
Yeah.
gone in.
Okay. Okay, so basically I will have been working on like a whiteboard or something, just like making a bunch of notes and ideas. So anywhere I've been working is just covered in notes.
Yep, like that guy from Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I've been doing the last couple of days. I look like a crazy person surrounded by charts and stuff.
She has some sticky notes attached to her in weird random places.
Probably.
I don't have a problem going back to Strongford. You think maybe we could do some intelligence gathering on the Senia groups? You think maybe the intelligence has got more info on them, or you think what President Albrecht said was pretty much it?
It does seem like they gave us a thorough high-level overview of various nations and geographic regions, Senia included, and especially. However, as far as actual details, that's likely something that those that are on the ground have already obtained, such as Sledgehammer, Wraith, and so forth, those who were already there.
Oh.
Yeah,
We-
it might be nice if we could find some way to interface with them securely to find out what the situation is.
Can
More
Cynet do
specifically.
it?
Sledgehammer should still have a
That's
comlink. Have you happened to try to contact him recently, Lightbringer?
Just by text. He's got his phone on him.
If the... Actually, we can check for that. Hyperion to Helios, do you read?
Affirmative. I am present.
Excellent. Helios, can you do a quick surveillance scan of the Senia area to determine if there's any communications interference that would prevent us from communicating with their people there?
Scanning. While there are difficulties in communication, there is no. I can detect no active attempts of jamming.
Excellent. Then Hyperion to Sledgehammer. Do you read?
So then you don't hear anything for a second. Then you hear some like snoring, and like a sudden wake up, like. uh, hello.
Sledgehammer, this is Hyperion. Just calling to check in to make sure you and those you're working with are all right in Senia.
Oh,
there goes.
are you guys still in New Prussia?
We are, yes. I admittedly did not account for the time difference. I apologize if I woke you from sleep.
Yeah, sure. Just give me a second. I need to splash some water on my face. Oh.
Right.
And you hear like a faucet run somewhere, and then like splashing of water, and
Yeah.
takes the towel and kind of rubs his face down. He's like, okay, yeah, Hype's hit me. What's going on?
We're contacting you to see about any possible details that you have regarding reconnaissance in Senia. Did you need any additional assistance beyond what you currently have?
Oh no, we're not there anymore. I'm back in the States.
I see. Well, congratulations for completing your tour there. While you were there, might I ask what you and those you were with were able to accomplish in Senia?
I'm still waiting to find that out. I know we. Who are those? They were like these high tech, like really swanky looking guys that Senia had on the payroll, or whoever the heck they were. I don't know. Maybe they were like state-sponsored superheroes or supervillains or whatever, SPBs. Uh, yeah. So it got kind of hairy there for a second. I guess some guy tried to do something. I don't even fully know what the heck to call it. Like, what one guy tried to do something to like jam tech or control tech, like briefly for a second, like some machines started attacking us and whatnot. But he tried it on Wraith, and like, yeah, it was ugly. Um, I don't know if you know this, but he only has one superpower, and he can't turn it off. And he requires tech to turn it off.
Oh,
So their guy kind of got surprised with like a massive headache. He's basically a walking inhibitor cuff.
I see. I was not aware that's what he was capable of. Very interesting.
Yeah, he can't control it. So I guess he basically wears a customized inhibitor cuff to stop the psionic inhibiting or whatever it is. But yeah, I mean, it didn't cause him to break a step in the least. And in fact, they weren't ready for it, and it gave us the upper hand. So. And did you know Bitter Shadow goes to like some really creepy dark realm when she decides to sidestep wherever the heck that is? I was not ready for that.
We perhaps should have let you know about that. Apologies. Yes,
Wait,
we've
you knew
actually
about
been there
that?
ourselves. In fact, yes. She was instrumental in helping us actually escape a Russian facility at one point, and we used that Shadow Realm to do so.
Yeah, that yeah, if I can not go there again, that'd be great. But we had to do that to get there and get back, and yeah, it took me like 2 days to wash that off me. And just yeah, I'm getting goose pimples just thinking about it. Can we change the topic? That is just creepy.
Of course, of course. So then, with your run-in with the Sovereign Vanguard, the
Yeah,
Senian super
that's
team.
them. Yeah. We managed to fend them off. That's how the government ended up collapsing. They were like a last bastion holding out at this facility we had kind of pinned them back into, and when they I guess basically triggered the Wraith trap, which none of us really anticipated. It basically broke their lines, and they ran for it. To those that could, anyways.
I see. Well then, congratulations on defeating them. We were worried that if we were to go there in order to help, that we would actually be hit by that particular team. We've run into them before, and as you're aware, we are very technologically heavy on our team. That was a problem regarding that one particular enemy.
Yeah. Regarding that, did LB talk to you about Wraith?
Not recently, no. Why is that?
Okay, because he's really mad you guys like left.
I see.
That's how Bitter Shadow and I kind of got involved.
That makes sense.
I don't
So
know
then
the full story. He just told me that you guys bailed after the I guess some fight to I guess get a doctor or something. And at that point, the country was kind of going to hell in a handbasket, and then of course the war happened, and everything got kind of taken over for a couple days directly by the Senian forces and whatever alien backers they had.
I see. Well, yes. It was unfortunately terrible timing. We had sustained near casualties that we were trying to save, and as we were headed to a location where we thought we'd be able to have help, the Skyfall War began, and therefore we were unable to return. But I suppose we should actually contact him when we can and apologize in whatever way we can.
Yeah, well, if she didn't tell you, then heads up. Sorry, didn't mean for you to hear it that way, but you made it out. We all basically made it out, and now I guess the UN is kind of making a mockery of everything that's going on. But I don't do politics, man.
I see. Well, thank you for the information. Very appreciated, and congratulations on your victory. And if we need to contact you in the future, would there be any resentment on your part for us doing so?
Resentment on my part?
Well, I understand that you and Wraith are friends, and I don't know how far that would extend regarding your loyalties. Do you feel angry at us for what we did because he feels angry at us for what we did?
Oh, gotcha. Like by extent. No, I'm dating LB. That's he knows that, and yeah, so he knows that's a touchy subject, and I'm not taking sides. I'm not mommy or daddy in this particular situation. I'm Sledge Switzerland.
Understood. Well then, excellent. Was there anything you needed from us or any assistance you needed from the legacy?
No, not at this point. I just need some sleep.
Very good. Well then, we'll let you get back to it then. Apologize again for waking you, but thank you for your information. It's very helpful.
Oh, hey, no problem. And just if you talk to Lightbringer, just let her know to I don't know, give me a call or something when she's got a free moment.
Will do. All right. He ends that, and then can we assume that was like broadcast to everybody that was like on the that has a comm link, or am I going to have to like?
So what did Sledgehammer say?
Yeah, you'll probably want to relay that. Yeah.
Okay. So then he's going to be like, well, apparently Sledgehammer and those he was working with in Senia have completed their mission, and they're actually back in the States at this point, getting some much-earned rest and relaxation. It seems that the thing that allowed them to actually complete their mission and what led to Senia's true collapse was their actual defeat of the Sovereign Vanguard, the Senian super team that we had issues with when we fought. Apparently, Wraith has an ability that allows him to actually inhibit others' powers. He uses technology to prevent that from going out of control. And when that technology was deactivated, his power went out of control and helped to easily defeat the Sovereign Vanguard.
Nice.
So, it would seem that that's no longer an issue that we actually have to broach at the moment.
It's kind of awesome.
Speaking of which, Lightbringer, Sledgehammer informed me that you were contacted, or at least were provided information regarding how Wraith felt about us leaving.
Oh, yeah, I mentioned that we the whole timing of the battle and then the war started and all that. I expect we're going to need to talk to Wraith about it. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if Sledge let him know, but that's probably an apology that needs to happen in person.
Right.
Did Wraith come back to the States too?
It sounds like all of them made it back. Therefore, that's yet another reason for us to head back to Strongford to see if we can make sure not to burn that bridge, so to speak.
I'm
Booyah!
curious whether the outcome in Senia is what Wraith wanted to have happen, and where he stands on the current status of the country. I thought he'd maybe stay and make his influence known on next steps, but maybe we'll have to ask him.
Exactly. Beyond that, any other questions or suggestions? Beyond heading to Strongford, making sure that things are all right there, as well as making sure our connection to Wraith is still solid.
So does that mean we don't need to go to Senia?
We likely will still need to go there in order to find Pulsar's mother, if she is still there.
Just not for the political situation.
Correct.
Okay.
I cannot think of anything else. Let's see. It was a big info dump that the president gave us.
Many nations and regions around the world are unstable.
Yeah, what did you think of I need to highlight some of these people so I can read them better. What did you think of Gunmetal Silk?
I didn't have that much of an opportunity to actually observe her or even talk to her directly, but it sounds as if she is genuine in her want to actually assist, help, and at least temporarily ally or train with the legacy. That is positive.
Oh.
Yeah, when I placed her as when I remembered hearing about her super team, and then they were kind of an audition group, and they're heavily broadcast to the country. I wasn't sure what to expect, but it seems like they might actually be pretty legit, especially if they were in on that council. Just I guess watch what we say, because media.
Right. That seems to be one of the primary aspects of their super team. They are constantly watched and then televised.
I don't know if I could live like that.
Speaking of which, we do need to reach out to our peer agent as well to see if, one, he managed to survive the war, and two, if he's willing to actually assist us in our efforts. Perhaps this is actually a prime opportunity to make our presence known globally in order to make sure that others know that we're here to help.
I suppose if any of that footage from New York made it, on the news, then we're probably pretty visible.
Right. Well, something to determine, I suppose, especially when we return to Strongford to see how people react. We may also want to get in contact with Senator Barrett to see how the United States federal government is responding to what we've done so far.
Do we still need to track down those Yubari who were fleeing Russia?
It sounds as if at least some of them have been able to make some sort of alliance with China, hence why China is being able to recover with such expediency in different areas, at least according to the new Prussian reconnaissance President Ulrich
That's right.
provided.
So we do still need to follow up on that as far as our deal with the Tavaxians.
There do also seem to be outcroppings or essentially holdouts of Duridians throughout the globe that are holding out. Something to look into, perhaps, if that's something that we find is absolutely necessary.
Okay.
Well then, it sounds like a trip then to Strongford is in order, to communicate with several individuals and make sure that everything is at least stable in our hometown. Grab anything that you need to get ready, and we'll take off, and I'll inform the rest of the team of where we'll be.
I'm going to go say goodbye to my grandfather.
Heat Phantom, would you be willing and able to come with us?
Well, I would certainly be willing, of course. I mean, who could turn down the invitation of the legacy? I will speak with my commanders and see if I can secure more leave time.
Excellent. All right, then we'll meet back here when everyone's available and make our way then directly to the vein through a portal.
All right,
Dismissed.
understood.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just going to go tell Jurgen that we're headed back to Strongford and thank him for his hospitality
Okay.
and tell him that I'm glad he's feeling better.
Yeah, he's almost back up to pre-war levels at this point. After the 2 days additional rest.
I will advise him to take his vitamins.
No.
So he gives you a hug and he says, "I will endeavor to take all of my," and he gives it with air quotes, vitamins. He says, take care of yourself and understand that you always have a home here.
Yeah, we'll see you soon. Hopefully in less dire circumstances next time.
Agreed.
And then I'll pack up my stuff and head out.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess Red Arsenal's gonna just pack up his stuff and wait at the teleportation terminal. Terminal C.
Okay. Yeah. So you guys line up at this point to the innervation pad to be teleported specifically to Strongford. You are. They have coordinates set for Lightbringer's home.
Okay.
So you will be materializing within the living room.
Got
it. Ooh.
Oh, maybe I should text my roommate and tell her. You know what? She's probably asleep.
And you know what? She doesn't have one of those handy dandy phones.
Oh, you're right.
So you could text nothing.
You can text the house.
Carry the nothing.
Yeah, carry the nothing.
Add the nothing.
Yep, add the nothing.
In 95, you could send her a page.
Right, yeah, send her a page.
You could fax her. If you had a fax machine. So all that tractor feed noise just to say, hey, we're coming.
I'll just inform the group that wait, do I know that it's gonna land in my house?
Oh yeah. That they've indicated that.
Okay. I'll just let them know that my roommate's probably asleep, so keep it quiet.
Can we change the position, like maybe to outside the door?
That might be awkward for the neighbors.
If we're accurate
Oh,
enough,
actually, you know what? Yeah. All right, never mind.
because it's also for our anonymity.
Yeah.
Am I able to secure leave from my unit?
You've been attached to the legacy at this point, so you don't have to ask.
Oh, okay.
All right.
He's on
So
special
I will,
assignment.
Pretty much, yeah.
I will
Kind
run
of
home
like
and
Sagan was
Oh yeah, is Sagan staying in New Prussia?
for the time being. Yes.
Okay.
so then, where this sounds maybe extended, Phantom would run home and grab his gear so that he could continue on mission with the legacy wherever they're going after going home. Not have to come back to New Prussia to get it.
Sure. Okay. So within a moment, there's a brief flash, and then you materialize in a now very quiet home. In the background, you hear the clicking of a grandfather clock, just clicking away, click, 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 click. And occasionally an air conditioning unit kicks on.
And what time of day is it now in Strongford?
Well, let's see. One second. It is currently showing around 2 a.m.
Okay. So then, oh yeah, go ahead.
Should we head to the vein or should we? I mean, I'm not especially tired, but things will probably be pretty quiet for the next few hours.
Right. We probably should then head to the vein first. We can show Heat Phantom what's there at our base and introduce him fully to Helios so that he'll have access to the base and then continue from there. See, so now he'll go ahead and open the portal he has saved that leads to the vein. And once it opens up, we can step through.
Okay.
Boom, boom, boom.
So all new interesting tech. The archway sort of materializes out of nowhere. That looks like it goes to a completely other room or location. So it's not like a blinding flash of a teleportation and you're there. It's literally something you have to walk into, kind of like a door.
Yep.
And everybody steps through, and you are in this. Lights are starting to kick on as you guys enter. But it is a indoor facility. Looks like it is built into the side of a mountain of some kind, whereas parts of the walls are exposed. They're to like actual hard stone and whatnot. There's some burning marks on one, but for the most part, you see like there's a vein, almost like a vein of electrum ore that's in the wall at one point. Hence the name, the vein. Where you
Does it
guys
smell
first
like
enter is
coffee?
in the conference room. No, actually, there's no coffee because he was unaware that you were coming.
No, I
Especially
thought
not
he
2
was
a.m.
continuing to make coffee after we.
Oh, he was
While
told
we
to
were
stop
gone.
that.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay.
Oh, how far did Shone get in cleaning up the biohazard?
Oh, right.
She was successful. She's good.
Oh, okay. So no biohazard as we walk.
No.
Perfect.
I'll be right back. Go ahead and keep playing.
Okay.
Actually, I'll be right back too.
Oh, okay.
I guess I'll be right back too.
So then as he
So-
appears, yeah, okay, go ahead.
You have your base disguised as Lightbringer's apartment. That is very covert.
Not exactly. We were in her apartment. I have a subsystem called the Conduit that allows for interdimensional travel through a portal system, effectively a form of teleportation. That portal we just walked through has allowed us to leave her apartment, and we are now in the Vein, which is in a mountainside that's just outside Strongford. This is actually Electrum's sanctum. We inherited it from him when we were brought together initially.
Yeah, it's got a training room. It's got a gym. It's got Helios. It's got like a workshop. It's really cool. Oh, and a place to park spaceships.
So we did not need to teleport to Lightbringer's apartment to use the portal to come here.
We teleported to the apartment because that's a location that they were aware of. Trying to teleport directly into the vein would have been problematic because it currently has an anti-teleportation array that is active. However, my conduit system can actually bypass that because it's not reliant on tachyonic fields being stable.
So I guess my question is, if we did not need to be in Lightbringer's apartment to activate your portal into the vein, why did we teleport to Lightbringer's apartment and then activate your portal to go to the vein?
Admittedly, that does seem like an extra step, but it does also seem that having perhaps a recorded entry and exit into New Prussia is helpful for them at the moment. I wasn't going to question their motives or their processes with regard to transportation here, but you do make a good point that once I establish an exit point for a portal, it doesn't matter how far we are from it at that point. We can go to there at any time. As it stands, this is the conference room or ready room. And here we have the computer bay, and he shows you like the mainframe style-esque computer with a large screen and like terminals and stuff. And he says, Helios, I'd like to introduce you to our newest member, Heat Phantom.
Greetings, Heat Phantom. Welcome to the Vein. My name is Helios. I am a virtual intelligence.
Hello, Helios. I am pleased to make your acquaintance.
Hyperion, shall I make the designated coffee?
Now that we're here, yes, please. I'm sure that some of us here would appreciate a cup. In fact, make one for me as well. I haven't tried coffee yet.
Affirmative. Starting with the setting black as my soul.
Ooh.
That's likely Shone's doing. So, with regard to Helios Heat Phantom, as you can see, he is a virtual intelligence. He has access to all parts of the vein, and he's also our communication hub. Whenever you need to actually communicate to anyone using your comlink, Helios will likely be able to establish that connection for you. Even if you're trying to make a phone call, for example, he'd be able to do that as well, assuming that the receiving party has the technology capable of that happening. Did you have any questions about what he can do, or anything with regard to the base so far?
No, I have no specific questions as of yet. I'm going to assume a broad range of capabilities, and I will attempt to identify my needs as the mission arises.
Excellent. Well, seeing as how it is very early in the morning here, we should probably at least wait until 8 or 9 a.m. local time before trying to communicate with others, reach out to Quantum Unlimited, reach out to
Is the building still
Wraith, and so
standing?
forth.
Do we even know if Quantum Unlimited is still structurally sound?
Helios, do you know if the Quantum Unlimited building was impacted by the Skyfall War, or is it still intact?
Affirmative. There has been some damage to to your office building.
Oh.
See.
It is perhaps 20% under reconstruction efforts.
Understood. Well, it'll be good for us to actually make our civilian selves known and present in the morning as well. That way they won't feel as if we are abandoning them.
I'm sure. I mean, that would be great. I'm sure some allowances will be made considering the war. I'm sure there are a lot of irregularities right now. But yeah, we should show our faces in the morning.
Excellent.
And then you hear a very high-pitched, "Uh-oh."
Helios, what was uh-oh?
And you see on the screen like a little graphic show up that has like a little green flower attached to it with a yellow dot in the center, making it look kind of like a flower. And you see typing, going across, then it goes and sends.
Somebody installed ICQ on this network?
Affirmative. I am chatting.
Oh, okay.
With whom?
And so he pulls up and shows the number.
What is it?
It is a number.
Like what is the conversation?
Oh, so
P.S. I still know my ICQ number.
I partly remember my ICQ number.
Dang.
Anyways, yeah. So he just indicates, I am currently chatting with a cookbook group.
Huh. Might I ask why?
I am trying to learn. I found that I have deficiencies where making coffee is concerned. I felt it might be advantageous to learn a few other recipes to put in a cookbook.
Excellent. Well,
I have also determined that it is inappropriate to cook hot dogs in water. Ask me why.
Why?
It says, according to the prevailing opinion, they are largely flavorless and plump for no particular reason.
Okay. If nobody needs me for the next few hours, I will see you in the morning.
excellent.
Have a good night.
And I'm going to go break into Sledge's apartment.
What?
For personal reasons.
Okay. Just kicks down the door.
I mean, stealthily.
You stealthily kick down the door.
Savage me, subhuman.
But nobody needs to know that.
Sure. Yeah. So you're just going. You're just taking flight and going
Yeah.
invisible to.
Yep.
Okay, no problem.
Yep.
So up and away. Oh, and speaking of which, Matt, as you were here, you can see that these robotic like tendril arms with pinchers at the end descend from the ceiling and do some of the odd tasks around the around this particular room.
Like
Odd
making coffee.
tasks being like picking up after people and
Mhm.
cleaning things and
Setting the pots of coffee. That sort of thing.
The usual.
I think
So-
after yeah. Go ahead.
yeah, the soldier tactician in me is going to ask, how many of these arms do there appear to be? How much space can they cover? Are there any like dead spots where it doesn't appear that they could reach?
There are. They are primarily tied to this particular room. They could stretch anywhere throughout this particular large conference room slash main computer and whatnot bay that's in here. It looks like they were probably used for defensive measures, but the computer is adapted to utilizing them for menial labor.
Okay, nothing ominous about that to the newbie. Nope. Okay.
Yeah.
I think after the coffee's prepared, Red Arsenal's going to go to the training room, try out some nieces
Somewhat.
telekinesis.
Oh, telekinesis. Okay. Because nieces indicate that they are female relations, and I was unaware that the danger room came stocked with those.
And we're not even going to ask how you're going to try them out.
Right,
so-
exactly.
Oh,
As I see him head into the danger room, Hyperion's going to look to Heat Phantom and go, "Would you actually like to see our training room?"
I suppose. What kind of training do you do here?
Primarily combat training and superpower usage training. It's armored from within, capable of generating physical targets as well as holographic targets, providing for various combat and tactical scenarios. And in fact, I would like to see what you're capable of, if you don't mind showing us.
Oh, of course. I glow.
Glow.
Sorry, these standard anti-intelligence answer to be given when asked about your powers.
Ah. Interesting. Well, if you'd like, I could at least show you what it's like and show you how at least I and Red Arsenal interact and use our powers. Perhaps we could learn how to work better as a team if we can see what you can do.
That is an excellent point. Teamwork and skill building are foundations of good application of tactics.
Excellent. Well, follow me. So we head to the training room.
Okay. You already know pretty much what the training room is like, so I'll let you kind of take that over then, Dale. I'm trying to find the map of the location. I know I had it. Oh, there it is. Matt, if you need the map that we're using for this particular location. It's actually in the supers chat in the pinned section.
Okay, let's see here.
Back on the 2/24 of 2023. Which means this game has already been going on for 2 years. At least.
Holy moly.
Nice.
Woohoo!
Bosh moi. But yeah, so what exactly are you guys doing in the training room?
Well, seeing if primarily, at least as far as Hyperion goes, he wants to see what all Heat Phantom is capable of, and he wants to see how well Red Arsenal is doing with his abilities as well.
Okay.
So he'll go ahead and he'll go up to the control pod that runs all the different scenarios, and he starts it at level 1, and he watches to see how they both react to it.
Ooh, level 1.
Okay. So level 1 consists of it's like an old school danger room sequence from the X-Men. So it's got a little bit of shifting floors, some wall pylons that might come up at varying points of times. There are guns that drop down from the ceiling. Stunning, obviously not legitimate threats that operate and fire on you, try to stun you. There are more of those robotic-looking tendrils that can come down to tie you up or subdue you if you are particularly agile, so on and so forth. So it's set at level 1, so it's obviously not going to be too difficult. Are you guys going to show off what you can do? And if you do, then just let me know what it is you're doing. Go do that voodoo that you do so well.
Nice. I want to see if I can't push the guns away with telekinesis.
Okay, well, I can tell you you're not going to be able to do that. You're not quite strong enough.
What about the tendrils?
The tendrils are still stronger, but given the fact that they are, again, robotic, think like not Dr. October, but Doc Ock from Spider-Man. They look similar to that by design. Using your telekinesis would help you thwart them a little bit. They're still stronger, but it's no different than somebody being close to a strength level.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to overpower you, but you still be able to like push it off to the side or block or something because your strength isn't like that far below it. So you have obviously more success trying to thwart it if you're just focusing solely on that with your telekinesis than you do trying to push the guns at either side.
Okay, so seeing that the guns are not going to move, he'll try to throw up like a barrier.
So
See how much.
so
Yeah,
just
telekinetic
basically
barrier.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean when you do that, the gun for the blaster, it blasts straight through that your shield for that, and would end up hitting you pretty hard.
It's there. I just got to work on it.
Yep, and giving you a bit of a headache as well because that was your mind, not like like throwing up a regular block to block a fist.
Mm.
So you do okay. Yeah, you clearly got some training you need to do with your telekinesis. It's probably good for average everyday uses, bringing coffee to you, grabbing items that you don't want to walk over to go get, shutting doors behind you without actually doing it to give you a cool effect or something.
Okay.
You can given your strength rating, actually use it to push you up into the sky. You
Oh,
can't
kind
you
of like
can't
a
fly.
hop.
Yeah, you can't fly with it. But like if you suddenly needed to go up like a couple flights of steps,
Hmm.
you could do that, no problem.
Oh, nice. So I do have hyper jump. That's cool. Okay.
Uh, kind of,
Baby hyper jump.
because you're still limited for how you can jump.
Mm.
But but basically giving you the ability to prop yourself up, more like a pole vault.
Okay.
Not
Okay.
not like a hyper jump, but you could run and then and then it goes and give you a little bit more distance or something. Or again, like if you're on ground level and you need to be up like on the fourth floor, you could use telekinesis to push it up and then you kick in a window or something.
Nice. Okay.
There's obviously more things that you can do if you get the strength for it. But right now it's definitely got its uses.
Cool.
And what does Heat Phantom show the group?
Well, I was doing some of the math. We haven't really discussed how his powers work yet, Jerome, but
Mm.
so I was doing the math, and it looks like he can move 132 feet a second. Um, so with his blending talent, uh, what I envision to go along with the style that we've been talking about is he basically moves fast enough to break eye contact, and then when he stands still, he blends into the background. So he would basically be able to dodge the arms. Now, do they seem to be able to track him? Um,
Oh yeah, they
at
can
that
track. It's
speed,
level 1, but right now, so it's not difficult for you to avoid them.
right? But is he fast enough to basically be able to move beyond the gun's uh, rotational ability to track him, and
At
are they
level 1,
tracking him
yes.
non-visually?
At level 1,
Um,
absolutely.
so what I anticipate him being able to do is basically break sensor contact or visual contact with the guns, then kind of disappear into the background, and then be able to make like an ambushing type move to leap out and like not necessarily grapple the gun, but turn it away or
Sure.
um, make an attack
Right.
and then break contact and disappear again as he stands still out. Because he can't like blend when he's moving, but he can move fast enough to break visual contact and
Right.
then stand still.
Okay, that'll work. So there you go, Hyperion.
Nice.
Level 1 is clearly not a challenge for him.
So then, as you see, both of you do your things, and especially after um, Red Arsenal gets like stunned hard, he goes ahead and like shuts off the round one. He heads out of the pod and walks up and helps Red Arsenal back up onto his feet. Are you all right, brother?
Doing all right. I guess I need more work on the telekinesis, but now we know. The knowing is half the battle.
G.I. Joe.
But yeah, I'll be fine. I just need to like lay down for a little bit, maybe another cup of coffee.
Right, of course. I wasn't aware that you were able to branch out from a psychic standpoint and can now actually move things with your mind.
Mm.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it was pretty neat. Being able to move stuff. Like at first, it was really glitchy, and stuff would fall and tip over, and you kind of like question yourself and be like, "Did I do that? Was that me? Did it fall?" But I think I'm getting a better hang of it.
Do you find you're having similar difficulties as your mental blast capabilities?
Yes, definitely so. But I don't. How could you modify the power bow to?
The bow, not necessarily. Your power is mainly for offensive capability,
Mm.
but I may be able to do something with regard to your telekinetic abilities so that it's more intuitive for you, similarly to how your power makes your mental blast more intuitive for your archery.
Mm.
Give me some time. Let me see if I can make something.
Okay. I'd appreciate it. Thanks.
And Heat Phantom, fantastic job with regard to your speed and cloaking capability. That's very impressive.
It is mainly a trick of the eye, but um, when your enemy cannot see you coming, it is when you have greatest advantage.
Excellent. Well, in the meantime, would you like to try further levels, or would you like to rest, seeing as how it is still 2:30 a.m.?
Well, it is in fact, or was in fact, my day off from training. So I would continue to take my day off if that is an option. Uh, what exactly is the command structure here?
With regard to command structure, it's relatively simple. I am the leader of the legacy. Beyond that, we don't have any second in command per se, but if you need to accomplish anything, you are free to do so. I do ask that you be available if I contact you, but for the time being, did you have any questions with regard to that, or anything with regard to the vein, or even Strongford, now that we're here?
You ask if I have questions. Oh, I have many, many questions, of course, but we arrived in the blink of an eye. I don't even know what questions to ask or what I have to ask. Um, it is like saying, congratulations, you just won the lottery. What are you going to do with the money? Uh,
I see.
I,
It's a barrage of possibilities and options.
yes, I mean, I have I have no question that needs answering, but I have many questions that answers I'm sure will come given time.
Very well. Well, then, I can take you on a tour of the rest of the facility. That way, you're at least aware of what we have here. That way, perhaps more of those meandering questions in your mind can be automatically answered as you discover what we have to offer. And we can discuss anything you like. I don't actually require sleep, so I'm sure that you're still on New Prussian time. I can be on any time. We can discuss anything for as long as you need while we wait for the others to rest, recuperate, and wake up for what we'll do during the day here in Strongford.
We are in America, correct?
We are. Strongford, Colorado, to be exact.
So, is there cheeseburgers here?
There is an enormous abundance of cheeseburgers here, of varying types.
My first question is, may I have a cheeseburger?
There are some places that are typically open 24/7 throughout the year. I can actually drive you to at least one of those places. Follow me. And he'll take you to an elevator. And as the elevator door opens and he steps through, you see him hit a watch that's on his wrist, and his suit his armor gets instantly replaced in a flash with like business casual. And he himself then generates a holographic disguise over himself, where instead of looking metallic or whatever, like his android self, he looks like a human being, Caucasian, just a decent, nice-looking dude. It's 6 foot 6. Oh yeah, that's right. 6 feet 6 inches tall. And then we go ahead and take that elevator to a like an underground little parking garage type thing we have, and he walks you to his car, which is nice. We get in, we go into town, and Jerome will drive to like a 24/7 burger joint, any place that's available, and let him look at the menu and let him order anything he wants, and Mark will pay for it.
Okay, 1 second.
I feel a Denny's in our future.
Oh no, taking a Waffle House. Taking a Waffle House.
That's a good question, because there are no
We don't
White
wanna
Castles in Colorado.
Right.
I was going to say, I hear White Castle is very popular with out of towners.
There are Waffle Houses, however.
Do cheeseburgers?
They do just about anything, I think. Like typical American fare.
Let's take a look.
I've only ever gone there for breakfast.
And fights.
I don't go there for the fights. Those are just extra.
And yes,
The fights are free.
they do have bacon Angus cheeseburger. So yes, they do have burgers and Texas melts and other sandwiches at Waffle House.
All right, you convinced me. Let me go to DoorDash.
So, however, I was looking at something in the notes here.
Does it say he's lactose intolerant?
Yes.
No cheeseburgers for you.
Okay. So you give yourself the twist of the wrist, change your clothing. Give me an endurance check.
Oh. Yeah,
Uh-oh.
that's actually that's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point. Didn't actually think about that.
Uh-oh.
Endurance, IN 40. Okay. And hilarity will ensue. Here we go. Roll.
Roll
Endurance.
high.
White feet is not high.
Would you care to reroll?
Yeah, I'll use my reroll for that.
Okay.
All right.
Can't look bad in front of the new guy.
Oh!
Dang!
Oh!
Even worse. Still white feet.
Oh boy! All right. So
Oh.
he's going through the motions. Clearly, there's no problems here. You guys have settled on finding a burger, and as he twists his wrist for a sec, or the watch, you end up seeing like there's an energy burst, very very briefly, as like clothing's about to change. The clothing, however, goes flying throughout the room, just like whack! It goes flying throughout the room, and you actually see Hyperion compress to almost pin size and snap back as he takes 200 points of damage.
Good
Oh,
night.
And you
Okay.
you literally hear like a crack of thunder
Dang.
in the room, just and he's like buckles down to his well, actually, are you still up with that damage? It would bypass any protections you have, by the way.
Right. No, yeah. He only has 130 hit points maximum. So,
Okay,
yeah,
so
no, that
that-
bypasses that.
That knocks him straight out.
Also, what did we discuss about robots wearing pants?
Okay, so that happened in the vein. That didn't happen at Waffle House.
No,
Right.
that happened in the
Okay.
vein. Yeah.
Okay.
So Heat Phantom and Red Arsenal, you are there for that. Obviously, it was
Oh
very
my god,
loud.
what the heck happened?
He's like, his body at this point is like twisted as if he was put through, um, like as if he was put through one of those metal shredders, but it didn't
Oh,
shred him. It just basically kind of gobbled him up and spit him back out the other side. So it's just
oh
like,
my
his
goodness.
arms and like every digit's just like bent and twisted and in a different way.
How heavy is Hyperion?
Not very
He
actually.
Okay, then yeah.
What's your strength?
Medic.
Not good. Strength is I think a TY. No, it's a good GD10.
Okay, so you could pick him up.
Okay, yeah, definitely pick him up and like Helios, something happened to Hyperion. He exploded or something. I'm not sure, and just drag him out of the elevator.
He's turned inside out.
He's turned into.
Did you just say he's
Did
turned
say
inside out?
and he exploded.
So yeah,
This
You
maybe
run
is
shake
over
him.
and throw him down like
Hold, please.
onto the conference table at that point,
Yeah.
and you hear Helios. Immediately he breaks out like a scanner and starts going over, and Helios says, "Regretfully, there is nothing I can do. I do not recognize his alien configuration. It does not match the profile I have in my database."
Uh-oh.
this does not look good.
No, that what the heck happened? I know. Helios, can you get up? I know. Wait a minute. He's gonna get on his comms. Lightbringer, help!
So, Lightbringer, you have just gotten to Sledgehammer's door.
Oh no!
Your foot's raised, about to kick it.
I'm gonna pause outside the and of course my normal entrance is the patio door on the
Sure.
balcony.
Okay.
So I'm gonna pause outside the balcony and say, what is it?
I don't know. Something happened with Hyperion. I heard an explosion like thunder. They were gonna go get hamburgers, and now he's like a twisted mess on the conference table. And Helios tried to diagnose him, but he can't seem to do it. I don't know. I'm really worried, and it doesn't look good.
Is he sentient?
He looks knocked out. I don't think he's dead.
No, he's completely stiff at this point. It's like he's a lump of Hyperion frozen in that bent form.
In that bent. Ooh. Yeah, he's just frozen, like in that strange, messed up position. I don't know.
Okay.
His mom is in New Prussia, and I don't know anybody smart enough to like
Okay,
deal with this.
I'll be there in a few minutes.
Okay.
So I'm going to I was gonna say I'm gonna pull out a stick of lipstick, but I don't think Lightbringer carries that. So I'm gonna take out a whiteboard marker
Okay.
Mhm.
and just draw some hearts on his door, and maybe like LB was here,
Stab knife.
and then I'm gonna go back to the vein.
Okay.
Hey,
So while you guys are waiting, Helios is trying to
Smart.
Justin
we-
just Justin
Yeah.
just said smut in the
Mm,
chat. So
Can we
We didn't
manipulate?
get that far.
Can we manipulate like Hyperion's arms and stuff, or are
Smutus
they like just
interruptus.
stuck
no,
there?
they're stuck.
Oh, this isn't good. I'm sorry, Heat Phantom. You were gonna get your first American burger.
You could probably ask Lightbringer to pick some up on the way.
Oh, hey, Lightbringer, can you stop at Waffle House and get some burgers?
I love the agency here. Like something completely terrifying just happened to Hyperion, but it's okay. Lightbringer's on the way after she gets done picking up some burgers.
I mean, is this the worst thing that happened to us this week?
I mean, he did try to like. I mean, this isn't as bad as trying to like rip my arm
What's
off.
the scale of disaster here?
Yeah, this isn't.
Wow.
It's a family emergency, and apparently burgers can get squeezed in there someplace, but that's okay.
Yeah.
But sure, you can
Okay.
call ahead and place an order for pickup.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll do that.
And bring burgers back to the vein. So it takes. So I mean, while you guys are waiting at this point, it takes a good 45 minutes for her to pick that order up and fly back and get here.
Okay.
And this whole time, Hyperion hasn't moved.
Yeah. Red Arsenal would probably. I don't know. There's nothing he can do. I guess just watch over him. That's it. Maybe he comes
Yeah.
out of it on his own. There's like nobody. The only person that might know is 8 hours in the other direction. So
8 hours.
New Prussia.
Oh yeah, never mind.
Yeah. I don't know how far away it is, but it's a couple of hours.
Well, if it was 10 a.m. in Germany, well, not Germany, but close enough. So if it was 10 a.m. in Germany, or I should say 10 a.m., then it was 2 a.m. In here in the United States. So about 8 hours.
Okay.
All right. Well, I will arrive.
But eventually, Lightbringer, you come in, and you've got the burgers, but you can see that Hyperion looks like a creepy paperweight right now.
This is new.
He barely looks recognizable as a human form.
Can I find a reset switch?
Why don't you roll your intuition?
He struck what I can only assume is a weaponized watch on his wrist. Perhaps he forgot it was the weaponized one, but
watch.
it
You mean this watch?
is that what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, they're all modeled. They're all modeled similarly. Like Lightbringers looks a little bit different because it's feminized a little bit, but otherwise, in essence, it looks like the same thing.
Did he modify his watch like for the portal stuff, or is that like a different panel on his arm?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, not as far as you know.
Like I've watched him use his equipment.
Yeah, that's built into it. It's not in the watch.
So the thing that he was using, it's just his quantum watch, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, that's weird. I'm rolling intuition.
He's pressed against the watch, and then
Green.
like his close burst away. There was this sound of thunder, and he looked like he was caught in some kind of, I would say, quantum singularity, which imploded, and then he exploded, expanded back to normal size, but in this shape,
That's very strange.
like a crumpled up ball of tinfoil that was then stretched back out.
Can I examine his watch to see if there's anything?
So you're examining the
Wrong
whole
with
thing
it?
at this point because
Okay.
you're looking for any sort of switch or whatnot.
Hmm.
He's fused.
Oh.
Okay. Can like how solid is the fusion? Is it like he's melted into one piece
Yeah.
kind of a
Why don't
thing?
you give me a reason check? Oh, ho, ho! Woohoo!
That's
Oh,
a success.
natural, no karma whatsoever.
Yeah.
Biggity bam!
I rolled 100,
Yep.
Yeah. Awesome.
So,
which is a red.
so let's
which is a
let's
six.
just take a moment real quick and recognize that Brittany's fortunes in these past two games have really turned around.
Yeah. Yeah. No kidding.
Don't bring attention to it. Now you've just jinxed it.
I wanted to bring that out there because between the two games, man, you have had some hellaciously good rolls. Usually we're giggling because you have like maniacally bad ones.
Mhm.
So I just wanted to say, hey man, nice shot to the dice.
You're right.
So all right, so you look over him, and what helps is you've worked on several projects with Hyperion before. You may not know everything about like quantum physics and everything that he does without going obviously big brain. But
Mhm.
your understanding, your general intellect and working on him, he is fused together on a molecular level.
Do I know what would cause that?
Well, possibly something happened in based on what Heat Phantom told you, and of course, without having to go into detail, um, Helios could replay the video for you to show you like what happened. You see him literally access the watch. The clothing that was inside that he was calling out was thrown out. So something broke or interfered with that quantum field, that the quantum energy that went into the condensed space that you guys used, and somehow uh, in sort of like a magnetic way, like it was attracted to him and literally said bam, and then reproduced him back out to the where he's at right now.
Do I have any idea how to fix it?
Without going big brain, no. It is, he was the genius of, the on the team as far as quantum physics and whatnot. It would take you would have to actually pick up the talent in order to do that without going big brain. Big brain,
Okay,
of course, you tap into the power of the cosmos to try and figure out like whatever, what is it basically.
I think this.
Yes,
I
sin
think
tonight,
this
the dice giveth and the dice taketh away. No truer case this particular game. Hyperion got a 2 on his
Yeah.
endurance check, and Lightbringer got a 100.
Yeah, I think the big brain qualifies for this situation.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go ahead and
So we all
pull
know
that
that
out.
the only thing you don't need to roll is a 1. Because you get a green feat with everything else. At least.
$16, which is green.
Which is green.
Man, that's awesome.
All right. So you again you have this ability of blanking your mind, and somehow your latent deviant abilities can it just you it's like that meme with all the equations and
The
everything floating around.
numbers.
Yeah, but just like everything, like you tap into the cosmos, and almost anything you can think of, like you could literally you mentally could reach out and solve or figure it out. Like you're really starting to get kind of used to this, in a way. And when you think about replaying the mental image and everything that happened in the quantum state that enacted and went into a flux, apparently. It would appear. Come on. Oh no, it's already right here. Never mind. It appears that some sort of tachyon interference has occurred, and that tachyon interference came from himself. Since you have big brained this is in essence the kill your own grandfather time travel scenario.
Oh.
Basically, what has happened is tachyons interfered with the quantum field, and he had a temporal snap. Reality basically slapped him.
Do I know how to fix it?
Give me another check.
My down one column shift?
No, it's the same scene. Remember, that only happens when you have to re-access it.
Okay. Nine, which is green.
I know you're that's the funny thing about this. Literally the only thing you can roll to fail right now with your big brain is a 1. Anything else you roll, you succeed.
Which is not beneath me.
Right? So, based on your knowledge of what you're pulling out, unfortunately, you didn't find out like what he was made of. Remember when he got updated? Back on the ship, it would seem that whatever he is now infused with, that recreation that happened back on the Proxima Centauri station, that whatever has gone into him now generates some sort of like tachyon, or there's something about it that has like that is generating those tachyons. So the only thing that you can think of to do at this point, if the self-repair is what you believe it to be, supplying him with a steady source of energy in high doses may be sufficient. And by high doses, I mean nuclear level.
I can do that.
You can do that because you actually have tested that.
If I roll 100, how about the training room? How high of energy does that go?
That's a great question. You guys have never stress tested that per se, but you know who made it. And you know he made it for himself.
Helios, how high of energy does the training room go up to?
It is currently untested. However, if you recall, your brothers tested themselves at extended lengths. It has a very high threshold.
And do you have any idea for duration that you could keep it up?
One moment. As you can see, it's like going through like some equations. Depending upon the level of energy that is found within the training room, it may be sustainable, properly shielded, for up to 10 minutes. Beyond that, and for some time, it may be unsafe to enter due to radioactive fallout.
I can probably help with that.
Which you could.
What if I assisted with the energy output?
You would have to
Would
be
that
the
shorten the duration time?
negative. You would have to be the source.
Would that be damaging to myself?
I do not believe it would be. You seem to possess a resiliency that makes you immune to your own emissions.
Okay. Let's get him into the training room. We're gonna do a little testing.
Okay. Pick Hyperion up and
May I advise that the other two members observe in the command room for the training center.
Yeah, and you know what? I brought refreshments, so she's gonna tap her watch and pull out the to-go bag and hand it to
So at this point, Helios gives a questioning emoji face sort of thing. He just goes,
incidental. Okay.
Hyperion's gonna watch this replay and be like, "Really, guys?
oh no.
really, really.
But yeah, move Hyperion into the danger room.
Okay.
Set him gently down. Take the burgers. Hand one to Heat Phantom. And
I tried this once before, training with my grandfather, and I gave him a sunburn. It was really quite an achievement. He was very proud.
wow. That's a lot of energy.
It really was. I recommend sunglasses if you
Okay.
have them.
And Helios advises Red Arsenal and Heat Phantom to monitor the output from the command center.
Oh yeah, actually, yeah, that's gonna be really good.
Let's see. My ability is AM 50, so oops, that's stop, close.
That is the equivalent of a nuclear reactor.
Presses record from the command center.
So
Actually, record all.
see,
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
We're losing you, Brittany.
Yeah.
Oh, you're back.
Unfortunately, when on Brittany's laptop, when she's pulling up multiple things, sometimes
oh,
the laptop has a hard time keeping up with like her sound. So
it's not even my laptop. It's just my, I don't know what the deal is. Okay.
oh, I thought you were on your laptop. Okay, well, never mind.
No. So what level am I going for? A red result?
Yes.
So I would need to get 91 for a red result.
On an AM50?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, actually.
Owie.
Well, we do still have 500 karma in the group available. You want to spend 90 to guarantee it?
Okay with that? And hopefully it doesn't make things worse.
Fingers crossed.
Okay. If you're good
Is-
with it, then I will
Uh,
go with it.
Hyperion, is the command room sure to be proof against the energy being released or planned to be released in the training room?
You mean Helios?
Yes. Isn't that what I
So
said?
yes, you said Hyperion.
Ah,
Yeah, he
excuse me.
can't answer right
No.
now. Hyperion can't come to the phone right now.
But yes, so Helios, you see like metal slides in front of the windows in the command room that overlooks the training room. Puts into place, and Helios rattles off and says, "Yes, we are. This will be safe up to X amount of rotogen measurement."
Okay.
But reiterates that it will only be safe for
10 minutes.
up to 10 minutes, within this facility. Any more than that, there is risk of, obviously exposure.
Okay, so let's set a timer then also for 10 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. To add the points, do I just type it out and then plus the number? Does it work
Yes.
that way? Okay.
Yep.
And we're adding 90.
Nice.
Sweet. 146.
146.
All right. So, with this mangled corpse of Hyperion in the, in here, so immediately you guys hear the thrumming of nuclear energy, in essence, coming from the training room. You can see Helios, monitoring on the units, the levels of radiation that are being given off in the in there, and a rating of acceptable shielding, which obviously coinciding with the timing at this point. So now is the endurance run. Lightbringer is going to need to start rolling endurance to hold this up at peak performance. You're going to need a yellow result or better each time.
Okay.
After three attempts, you at that point Hyperion can attempt to roll endurance.
Okay, my endurance is RM30, so in order to get a yellow, I need 66 or higher.
Let's spend it. 65.
Yeah, go for it. We have it.
Well, tonight turned into an interesting game. And after all that discussion, that really interesting sciencey discussion.
Yeah.
First effort. Way to go, Dale. Oh well.
Good thing we spent that because I rolled a 2.
I know.
Nice.
Okay.
Okay,
First
so
roll
you're
down.
holding out, you're drawing memories at this point back from when you held up your highest levels against your grandfather and just kept, just through sheer endurance trying to pour as much of it on him. So you've hit that first step. You can see the gauge just slowly starting to go up. Roll again, Brittany.
Am I adding again?
If you want to maintain the yellow result, yes, or you can gamble.
Go for it. Add it.
Nice.
Okay.
Red feet. Good job. One more. Okay.
Okay. 77.
So at this point, I mean, there's warning signs going off the whole time. You got like 5 minutes left, but it's, Helios is doing his due diligence and warning that, it's very unsafe, in this area. Lightbringer is going to have to do quite a bit of work to bring this back down and dissipate the radiation when they're done. Dale,
Okay.
roll your endurance.
Right. So endurance, I am 40. So to make sure, see, and I'm gonna need a red result. You were saying, that would take 90. Are we okay with me spending 90 for this roll?
Yes. How much do we have
Yes.
left?
We have 215 left after all of that. So
Okay.
But thankfully that's just as Dale has ordered it or organized it around, I should say. That's in essence the slush fund, so that it's not affecting what you level up with. Thankfully,
exactly. Okay.
And that resets every game. So, I mean, right?
When we get,
When you
it'll
get
reset
karma.
next game because
Mhm.
we'll get karma next game.
Oh yeah. Oh right.
Okay, so I'll do that and then plus that. All right, red feet with 177.
So, well, I mean, you spent a bunch of karma, so
Yeah.
Either way, all right. So, Lightbringer, you end up hearing what it like a hollow metallic sound, like a lifeless droid speaking in binary. So basically, like if it was just randomly spitting off ones and zeros and just that sort, almost like that dial-up scream in a sense, but not as comical with the air raid sounds and whatever have you. But it sounds similar to that, and you actually see pulsating energy awkwardly coming off of the form. Your heat, the heat basically of the radiation is such that you're actually turning Hyperion into almost mud. Which, so I mean, you actually start to see it like him start to like decompose. But as you hear that,
He's becoming slag.
now you see it starting to like reform. So it's up to you. Do you want to continue or do you want to see what happens?
I'm. Can I ask Big Brain?
Oh, you'll have to reaccess it again. And you'll have
Okay.
to give me an endurance check because you're doing two things at once. However, you'll only need to do a green result for that.
On endurance.
Yeah.
Okay. Big Brain first.
Yes.
And go to 1K.
Oh, darn.
Yellow.
Okay. So now give me an endurance check.
White.
Well, so at this point you thankfully you got a good result with your cosmic knowledge at this point, because you couldn't hold it. You collapsed at this point. It was too much. You pushed it further than when you did with your grandfather. Giving it your all, and you buckled down to your knees. The room is still hot, but it's not growing. So as you guys can tell from the monitoring at this point, it's dangerously unsafe.
Have I passed out, or am I?
No, you haven't passed out. You're heaving and exhausting, much like somebody would if you sprinted for like 100 yards. You're not used to doing that.
Okay. Do I have enough energy to try controlling the radiation then?
No, not at this point. You're gonna have to give
Okay.
yourself you're gonna have to take a couple breaths and try again.
Okay,
Based on your knowledge again
I'll
of
just watch then.
just the cosmos or whatnot, it sounds like, well, and your knowledge of Hyperion, you may have reactivated his regeneration circuitry, although the thing that you are having a problem connecting, at least initially from your old memories of what it was and this mystery build, is that there is clearly something different about this. The regeneration he had before was much more akin to like a Wolverine type of regeneration.
Uh-huh.
Like the superficial resealing of the frame, potential rebuilds or whatnot, that would connect. This is
This is on a
again,
more molecular level.
yes, which is it speaks to the whatever rebuild happened back on the universe station. But
Okay.
as you are heaving and trying to recover yourself at this point, because you have pushed yourself to the brink. Hyperion, give me another roll. Endurance. Actually,
okay.
Psyche first and then endurance.
Oh boy. Psyche EX20. Okay.
You just need greens.
Okay.
Okay.
Great. Green for Psyche. And then endurance, you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Green for that.
Alrighty. So you see that it doesn't have any of the texturing currently, but it's starting to fan back out into a humanoid shape. And you end up hearing some sort of commentary about, in a very hollow voice, Ixis unit restructuring, and then it rattles off some numbers. Something about system purge, system reboot, repair, and then again, rattling off some other numbers. Again, in time, if you want to give me another endurance check to recover at this point, Brittany, go ahead, because you're going to need to bring the endurance or the radiation.
The radiation down.
Okay, it's going to take a couple rounds of doing that,
Okay.
but it's coming back down, and as you guys are seeing, on the not on the monitors per se, but the readouts, that the radiation is starting to come back down. So it sounds like, from the looks of things, Lightbringer has got control of the situation, and there's something going on inside.
Can we remove the shielding, or
It's unsafe to remove
still
shielding yet.
it's unsafe to
Yeah,
remove
yeah.
shielding? Okay. All right.
That would be like, sitting in a suite at a stadium, when that the stadium was built around a nuclear reactor
Okay.
that had a breach. If
That'd be
if
fun.
those shutters are down, you don't want to pull those up.
Yeah.
At least not yet. Not unless you want a permanent orange afro. So you end up hearing, it's just more like weird robotic sounding gibberish coming out of Hyperion at this point. Go ahead and roll again, Brittany. Not your endurance at this point, but your power rank. Because you've recovered, now you're trying to bring everything back down.
Green.
Alrighty. So yeah, you are focused and getting that back down. You can see the radiation is dipping back down now to it's still there, but it's at safe levels at this point. So if you want to raise the shielding, you can.
Okay. Yeah, as soon as it's safe to do so, let's see what's going on inside.
Okay. You see a partially reformed Hyperion.
Okay, so it worked,
Uh,
kind of.
so it's, but
Hopefully.
obviously none of the texturing is there yet. It's all sort of smooth. It's almost like right now, it would look like Hyperion
Silver Surfer.
was a badly textured 3D character from like the late 90s, early 2000s when they're still working out bit mapping and whatnot, like the difference you would see from now to then.
Lawnmower Man.
Not quite that bad, but
Okay.
close to that generation.
All right. I wonder if he's gonna need more metal.
We're playing Mist.
And the a couple more minutes go by. Lightbringer is still focused.
Should I roll again?
Yeah, give me one more roll.
Green.
Good job. So yeah, so you're probably going to want to do another check just to make sure that there aren't any like spots that got irradiated that you missed. But as far as you can tell, you have brought the whole room's irradiation back down. So it is safe to re-enter. You still see Hyperion like sort of reforming. And the first thing, Hyperion, you end up hearing was, "Did I not warn you?" Of course, you can't really reply. The best way to describe this is like you're super punch drunk.
Right.
Like the first words you might want to reply with is pineapple, but like your mind is enough there to say, well, no, that wouldn't be an accurate reply, and then you're trying to parse your own brain to figure out like what is English at this point. Just like you're all over the place.
Right.
I think when radiation levels are safe to enter, Red Arsenal's gonna find like a piece of tech, just because he doesn't know if the vampirism is gonna come back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I guess kind of like place it next to him.
Sure.
See,
So
see if he takes it or not.
so at this point,
As bait.
Yeah,
Kind of,
no,
yeah.
that's not a bad idea. So at this point, like Red Arsenal comes running back in with a VCR
Yeah.
and lays it like down right next to Hyperion.
If
As
nothing
an offering.
happens, yeah.
Should you include a Twinkie? Just for
And
good measure.
Hyperion, give me another psyche check.
And if it looks like it's not,
Woohoo!
Red feet.
merging. Hey, there we go.
Okay, so your body is still reforming, but your mind is actually there, which is weird because you now realize you were effectively atomized.
Yeah. Whew. Am I able to speak or anything, or is my body still?
It's going to sound weird, but yeah.
Like, I am here. Is everyone okay?
Yeah, we're fine. You don't. He's gonna like pull the VCR away.
I'm gonna lay down on the floor and just go like,
Yeah, Lightbringer hit you with a mega dose of radiation, and apparently that was able to jumpstart you. Like a lot of radiation, like nuclear power plant level radiation.
That makes sense. Thank you for the assistance. I apologize. Please take any remnants of my equipper and remove them from me.
Okay. Does he? Do I see the watch on him or no?
Oh.
I don't. It's not there anymore.
No.
It was effectively destroyed when you came back to Earth.
Good. Did I leave Earth?
It looked like you disappeared, and then when you came back, you were like a cube. We got pictures. You'll see it when you're better. We got pictures. We got video. You'll see it. I
Temp-
can't explain it.
Temporal causality flux. I inadvertently caused one with the quantum field generation ability in the equipper. I apologize. Was not sure that that would be the result from such a small device. Need time to rebuild body. Do you have additional metal?
Ooh, right here. VCR. And he'll like put it on his chest.
He doesn't just hold it up like John
Like
Cusack.
Link. Oh,
Or
no.
Link.
No, Red Arsenal just walks in. Like he's on Pride Rock and just lowers it onto Hyperion.
Let me go get you some more metal. Here's a VCR to start off with.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
And he's going to try to use his system to use that to, like, continue to fix his form.
I mean, obviously, it rejects the plastics, but there's some metal in it, yeah.
Okay.
Helios, I'm going to need metal. Running up and down the base, trying to get as much metal as possible.
check the lab.
Yeah, running to the lab. Metal? Looks like metal.
So, I mean, I guess at this point
Don't grab any projects and
you're grabbing like
Ooh.
all the utensils that you can
Yeah.
find and tongs and everything. You're gonna have to replace them all, but yeah, you're gonna
Helios, keep a
need
running order.
you're gonna need a lot more. But they're feeding you enough basic scrap metal, for you to continue essentially regenerating.
All right.
Okay, so
Once
Home
we need to
Depot
hit
opens
up the
even now.
junkyard.
Yeah. I was gonna say Home Depot, but junkyard is probably better. Buy an engine.
Cheap is free.
Yeah,
Actually, I don't know if you pay for things at a junkyard.
you do.
You do.
You do, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
That's how they make money.
It's probably cheaper than Home Depot.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
What time is it now? Because it was 2 a.m. when
It's
we got
it's
here.
about 3 a.m. at this point.
Okay.
Do I now have a sunburn?
No, because you're immune to your own emissions.
Okay.
Your hair, however,
Is like super white.
yeah, for the time being, yeah.
That's a good look, Lightbringer. Yeah.
What's a good look?
You changed your hair color from blonde
What?
to like platinum white. Yeah.
I what?
Snaps a picture with his cell phone, shows her. This is.
Yeah.
You didn't change your hair?
I guess
For a
that's,
number of different reasons, Phantom is just kind of blended into the background and just is kind of gone.
Okay, hold that thought. I'll be right back.
I mean that UV at such a level would definitely do that. I guess it's okay, whatever.
I guess we could shave it off and it'll probably grow back like your regular color.
Not you know what? I could just dye it if it was that bad, but
okay.
I'm not too worried. I'm not huge on appearances. Is there Any more of those burgers?
You can have mine. I
Are you sure?
I was sick and worried I couldn't eat mine.
Oh, cool. Thanks. And I'll just sit there eating the hamburger, very tired.
Again, apologies, team. It appears I will need to change how I do things. I can no longer use that device or anything similar.
Wine. Oh, I guess because you make temporal stuff now.
That
Due to
is
my overhauled form, it may, or now it's been confirmed, that it does interact with localized strong quantum fields by causing temporal causality fluxes, which effectively is an attempt to create a miniature paradox, but in so doing, the source of the paradox is damaged to typically destruction. Fortunately, it seems that you managed to bring me back from that state. I greatly appreciate it.
I don't relish doing that again. Although it's good to know that the training room can manage that level of energy.
Was it any kind of energy, or did you specifically need nuclear energy? I wonder if Shone was here, her lightning ability wouldn't have been able to help also.
Jerome, by my calculations, would that have worked as well?
Possibly. Hmm. It just would need to be a strong, continual source of power.
Yeah, I thought that may have worked as well. I'll have to keep that on the back burner, but
Oh, and
hope
Pulsar's
we don't have to do
plasma
this
fire.
again.
Yeah, hopefully we don't have to do it again. But we learned something for science today, guys.
Yes, painfully, but you are correct.
Yeah.
I've never been zero dimensional before, even for a
Whoa.
moment, but that was an odd sensation.
Yeah, how much do you remember?
Nothing after that point until I then started talking.
Yeah.
Well, if we're able to obtain more metal of any kind, just not Dervixium, not that that would be easy for us to obtain, but any other large metallic sources that you can obtain and provide to me, that will help me to restructure myself.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna head down to the junkyard and get a big old V8, and
So,
hopefully
yeah,
that will be
like,
enough.
I don't know how you're going to cart that around, but okay.
He's got a truck.
You don't have the strength for that at like 3:30 a.m. You have to
Oh
break
no
in.
no 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 no! Like when it opens. Like,
Okay, yeah.
oh yeah, no, not now.
Okay, well, if you aren't gonna need me again, I really could use a few hours of rest.
Yeah, sorry. I know you wanted to visit. Anyway, yeah. Thanks for saving
Okay,
us.
and I'm gonna make my way to the balcony, the launch pad,
Okay.
and and take two.
Alrighty. So fast forwarding this a little bit into the next day, because we're gonna wrap up here. You do manage to get enough just scrap metal in general to finish sort of reforming Your pigmentation's going to take a while to change. Right now, you're a mix of like oxidized iron and rust, as well as slivers of shiny silverware. So like a streak of like, silver looking, like bright
Oh, you
shiny.
could make tattoos.
Interesting.
Red Arsenal, finding
You-
the silver lining in every little thing.
you may decide to not go into work this morning.
I may not be able to go into work at all, depending on what this effectively means. Something to discuss and determine, I suppose.
Well, I can make my way in at some point in the morning, so at least there's that. And you can. Do we have email?
Yeah.
For Quantum Unlimited, yeah.
Okay. Well, you can work from home.
True.
So that's where we're going to pause there for the evening. So fun stuff. Completely unexpected. Did not anticipate that happening.
Yeah.
But okay, that
Watches
happens
make things
sometimes during
fun.
game. So let's go to RP votes real quick. So Davey.
Brittany saved me. Saved all of us. Oh my god. Totally Brittany.
Okay, Brittany.
You know what? I'm gonna give it to Matt.
Okay.
It's his first day.
Yeah,
He's,
first day.
He's
Your brother gets
adjusting to some awkward new coworker relations.
Okay. Fair enough. Matt. You'll need
I think Davey made the scene with the the VCR, and those kinds of things. Brought the circle around to the incident. So I would go with Davey.
Alrighty. Dale.
Gonna have to give it to my savior, Brittany. She brought Hypey back to life.
Okay.
Again.
Alrighty. It's kind of irrelevant, but Shelly voted for Lightbringer as well, because we're big brain.
Nice.
But Brittany already had the vote. So Brittany, 200 or 200 karma specifically for you.
Nice.
Add that to your personal count there.
Thank you kindly. Jerome, did we change our popularity after the war?
Yes, I just haven't had a chance to update that yet. So
okay, no worries.
So I'll drop that in the Discord chat so you guys have that.
Okay.
So the people who weren't here will have access to it as well.
Cool.
Okay, so next week we're obviously off for the time being. Our games will continue again on the 9th, so which kind of works out because we have the convention coming up next week. So on the 9th is Star Wars. On the 11th is Mythic Savannah again, and then on the 12th is more of this game. So thank you guys for hanging out with us and tuning in, and we will catch you again next time. Good night, guys.
No.